Maybe you've been studying Korean for months, even years, but deep down there is a voice that keeps saying to yourself, am I actually getting better? And you don't have any clear answer, clear signal, just a feeling. And when the content gets hard, you wonder if it's you or the wrong content. It's not a talent problem, it's a visibility problem. Last year, I found a tool that completely changed my learning journey for watching content. I was not aware of it, but this tool will literally save me a lot of time and make my experience much easier by focusing on the essentials. Literally, it's a tool that can make everything a Korean learner needs to quickly improve its level of listening comprehension of the language. And in this video, I will introduce you the Kimchi Reader tool and explain how this tool brutally changed my Korean learning experience. Why do you need a tool to make your learning experience easy, especially for watching content? If I speak about my past experience, for 1 year when I was watching Korean content, I have a process. It was ineffective. Literally, I took a content, I choose a content I was interested. And then, so I began watching the video with the subtitle, first English and Korean, and then I switched to Korean. And sometimes when I didn't pick up a word, or even with the English translation, it was not so obvious for the Korean words, what meaning it could have. I literally pause the video, look up for the word, and then put it in my book, write it, get back on the video. And honestly, I didn't like it so much. I remember that at the time I was making 30 minutes of working sessions by watching content. And literally when I began for 30 minutes of watching content with the process of pausing the video, looking for the word, etc., I could watch 2 minutes of content. And I was like, oh, is it going to be always like that? And I hope that one day I will know enough words to say to myself, okay, now I don't need to do that anymore and things are going to get better. But I have the feeling, wow, this is a very painful process and frustrating moments. And literally, learning a language is a long-term process, especially like me, for a European guy who want to learn an Asian language. These languages are the most difficult languages to learn because they are totally different from, I don't know, French or English. And so, in order to fully master the language, you need a lot of inputs, maybe hundreds, even. In my case, since I want to reach a high intermediate level for Korean, I think I will be very, very at ease with the language. I mean, when listening someone that speak Korean, I will need to reach at least 1,000 hours of listening. So it's important to have the best tool in order to make the process very convenient, very easy. Otherwise, you are just going to let it go, to quit. And so it was during maybe, late November of 2025, during the days where were becoming shorter, it was a bit cold. And in this beginning of winter, I found it. I found the tool that will make my experience of watching content much easier. So, Kimchi Reader. First, the name is quite often because maybe you know, but for those who are not maybe familiar with the Korean culture, the kimchi is a meal realized with cabbage that is fermented with spicy sauce or the gochujang. And so you have to wait until it becomes better. And definitely this is one of my favorite food in Korea. And so Kimchi Reader, even when I discover the name of the tool, I have the feeling that this will be a very good tool. And it is. Kimchi Reader, it's a Korean immersion platform that was developed by a solo developer a Korean learner guy who, like me, was very frustrated of the lack of good tool in order to watch content in a very easy way. So this guy literally designed a tool in order to help Korean learners to consume authentic media tool and turn entertainment time into effective study time. If you are learning Korean, you should definitely choose Kimchi Reader just for this only reason. I mentioned this reason in this video, the 5 best tips for learning any language. And this tip is the parsing of the video. When you watch the content, you want a tool where you can see the subtitles, so definitely you can see everywhere. But this tool is parsing the subtitle, meaning that you can literally click on the word, see the translation in your native language, and then get back on the video in 2 seconds and keep the flow of the video. And also this tool can make flashcards. Like if you want to make a card to review it later, you can definitely make it a card in less than 5 seconds, and definitely it doesn't break your focus on the video. I see 2 main benefits for this automatic parsing subtitling. The first one, you are going to have a more enjoyable experience when watching content. And the second, you will save a lot of time, because if you don't have anymore to pause the video, look up at the word, note into your notebook, maybe making flashcards, put it manually in your Anki desk. But if you have a tool that can do everything in less than 4 seconds, this is going to be amazing. You are going to save a lot of time by not doing all these activities, and so you will have more time to watch more content that interests you and increase your volume of exposure with the language. If you still have doubt now, you will definitely like Kimchi Reader with what I am going to tell you right now. A main problem when you learn a language, especially for language that require a lot of time, for language that are very different from your native language, is that you need to spend a lot of time. And so, if you are spending a lot of time to learn a language and you see a very slow progress, you don't know actually where you are. You don't have clear statistic, you don't have a clear learning progress, you don't know how many words of the language you know. If I take an analogy with a marathon, you can have 2 possibilities. Let's say that you want to run a marathon, so you subscribe, okay, and you know that the marathon is going to be in 3 months from now. You decide to prepare yourself. You say to yourself, oh, maybe if I want to run a marathon, I should start running right now and run a bit to get prepared. So that's a good thing to do. It's better to do something than nothing. But if in the process, like each week, you run when you want, and when you run, you don't measure the number of kilometers or the time you spend on it, when you are going to arrive the day of the marathon, you have no clear statistic on the preparation you've made. And this is a problem because you don't know if you are going to succeed by running this marathon. And the second possibility is to take a coach. The coach is going to give you a clear plan regarding the 3 months. So each week, you know exactly what you have to do. You know exactly how many times you have to run. You're going to measure the number of kilometers you've done, the type of sessions, if it is going to be like a long session to work on your endurance or short session to increase your level of speed. So when you are going to arrive on the day of the marathon, you will know exactly how many kilometers you run, how much time you spent, how series you've done, and definitely you are going to be a lot more confident. And for learning Korean, this is exactly what Kimchi Reader can do. Kimchi Reader gives you clear statistics globally and on each video. First, globally. Kimchi Reader is going to tell you how many hours you spent watching content, how many words you know, you've seen, and it gives you literally your current level of Korean when you use the tool. And now, when you want to watch a new video, before watching it, you can know how many words there are in the video. From them, how many words you know, how many words you don't know. And this video is the statistics of the video are going to be very helpful when you want to choose the content that is matching your current level of Korean. How do you choose content regarding your current level? From the research, if you watch a content with at least 95% of comprehension, understanding will become comfortable. It means like when I say 95% of comprehensions, it literally means, okay, in this video or in this audio file, you can understand 95% of the word. And when you go below 90%, it's where the problem began to occur. Literally, when it's below 90%, since there will be too many gaps in the video, you are going to lose the comprehension, the understanding of the video, and you will experience anxiety, frustration, and a lack of motivation. And definitely, you are not going to be focused 100% on the video anymore. It means that the content is way above your current level. Now I'm going to show you directly on my computer how to use a Kimchi Reader and give you a concrete example on how you can see the statistic from a video. So here I am on a video with Didi, a Hanguk Munhwa podcast. So definitely this is a channel you will maybe for sure see if you are learning Korean. So first I'm going to parse the subtitle of the video with the Kimchi Reader tool in order to properly see the subtitle. If I go on the subtitle, I can see the translation in English. And also what is very interesting is like you can see that the comprehension of the video for me is 96%. There are 3,100 words, something like that. But I can see directly on Kimchi Reader the statistic of the video, and this is where it is interesting. Why? Actually, so you have all the statistics, so you have the name of the video, okay? And here what is interesting, your knowledge of this media, so the word I know, so I put in Kimchi Reader all the words that I know through what's in the video. So I click on the word and say, okay, this word I know, this word, I've seen this word, but I don't know yet. And so you can see all the statistics. So my comprehension is 96%. Another graph that is very interesting. So you have the comprehension percentage regarding the vocabulary size. So in other words, the number of words you know. So if I hide the outliers, we can see that, so me, I'm here, so I know roughly 2,500 words and I got a comprehension of 96%. Normally you get a good comprehension starting at 95, so roughly around 2,000 words. And in order to reach, you see that the more words you know, the less comprehension you have, and this is quite frustrating, but this is part of the game. And I think when you reach 5,000 words, it's becoming very easier to understand content. You will reach 90, maybe 90, 98. And also, if you know 1,000 words, you are roughly around here, so 80% of comprehension. So when people say you, okay, if you just have to learn 1,000 words to get 80% of the language, 80% of comprehension, it's true, but to fully understand in a very easy way, you need to reach 95%, and this is more around 5,000 words. Otherwise, everyone will speak foreign languages. And so now you can see, I'm going to show you my statistic. So for now, I know roughly 2,500 words, nearly 3,000 that I've seen. I spend more than 100 hours, so it's not so many time. But I spent much time before, but since I'm using this app, this definitely is the number. And so you have all the statistics per day, the number of time you spend every day. You can see where you use Kimchi Reader by source, by content. This is very a tool that is complete. You can also see the word you've mined. This is not something I use a lot now, but these cards you can transfer it to your Enki thing. So for me, yeah, I'm using mainly stat and mining. And regarding the study, it's not something I use a lot, but with the tool, you can parse any text you want. So for example, if I take this text, I'm going to copy paste directly here, lematize, and here, so I can parse the text. So if you have text, also you can use Kimchi Reader to parse the text and get a very easy translation. To summarize, if you are stuck in your Korean learning journey, you have just a vague idea of what is your level, how many words you know, Kimchi Reader is going to help you to set metrics. First, it's going to help you watch content in a very comfortable way by just looking at the word, making flashcards. Also, it will help you find new content and have a clear view regarding the number of words you know, the number of hours you spend, and you will have a proper idea of what is your level. So if you like this video, please give me a like, post a comment, subscribe. This will help me a lot, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.